SINA.com swung to a second quarter loss despite a 1/5 jump in top-line revenues. Dee is here to crunch those numbers in Accounting 501. Dee, this isn't supposed to happen. The Chinese people are internet crazy. Their whole lives they live surreptitiously on the internet. How can an internet name like SINA be losing money? I don't get it.
Exactly, Bernie. Well, this was related to a one-off charge, so not as bad as it seems at first. One-off charge for a very big deal it did with Alibaba, another Chinese internet giant. So it did swing to a Q2 loss, but it was related to that one-off charge related to its deal with Alibaba. Q1 loss per share of 17 cents versus a positive 12 cents expected. Revenue higher than forecast, though, as Bernie said, it was up 20% at 157.5 million. Provided guidance for the current quarter as well that was higher than the market expected, so that helped push its shares up 5% at market close after gaining nearly 3% ahead of the results. Remember, this company is listed in the U.S. and it is up more than 65% year to date. Now, let's talk about Weibo, because this is a very important part of SINA. This is the Twitter-like microblog service, very popular in China. Says that its daily active users is about 50 million, which is just a quarter of Twitter's 200 million. But remember, Weibo is still a very critical and the most popular form for the exchange of opinions and information in China. The problem is that its popularity has not yet translated into a steady revenue stream for SINA. And SINA is also facing increasing competition, Weibo in particular facing competition from Tencent's WeChat or Weixin. Moved to address these problems by inking a deal worth more than $500 million to give Alibaba an 18% stake in Weibo. So Bernie, there you have it, an interesting company, but facing lots of competition.
Yeah, they've really pulled the stops out to attract eyeballs and fingers with all that, with all microblogging and all. All right, Dee, Echo Hu, a senior analyst, Maxim Group, joins us from New York City, where it's very late on a Monday evening. Echo, good evening to you. What did you make of the numbers? The thing in the case of SINA is they're really being pressed to the max by Tencent and WeChat right now. I don't know if they expected this a couple years ago, but it's really putting the full court press on them right now.
I think your observation is correct, that SINA's Weibo does facing the competition from WeChat. But lately, the situation has changed because this Alibaba that's invested in SINA about 18% recently, actually blocking the direct access of WeChat users to Alibaba's platform. You know that Alibaba has a lot of users and a lot of user activities. Instead, Alibaba allows Weibo's users to access its platform. That's a big help to SINA. And in this way, I think SINA will likely regain some market shares and especially some user activities there.
Echo, what do you think is the most important thing? I mean, they're really putting down stakes right now. And for a time there, Alibaba was getting quite concerned that people were using WeChat to access Taobao and Tmall.com, but then they blocked that in August. So WeChat, you can't actually directly use Tencent's WeChat service to advertise shopping information. Do you think by cutting off that particular artery, do you think that Alibaba gained them and SINA some sort of exponential benefits, or do you think that was just reactionary and that users will find another way around?
I think you cannot block WeChat users from accessing to Alibaba platform completely. They can just exit their own platform and re-log into Alibaba's platform. It's an indirect way, but that making users to use Alibaba's platform very inconvenient way. And by allowing Weibo's users to access Alibaba, and maybe users who are using Alibaba's platform and maybe feel like it's more convenient to use Weibo, they're all good advertising platforms, especially in the eyes of Alibaba. In terms of that advertising, maybe SINA's Weibo is more social. That's advertising maybe more to potentially like non-related users. And because WeChat, what I'm saying related is WeChat is always within a friend circle, but Weibo's users all broader, in a broader sense, and people connected broadly.
Now, Echo, Alibaba proving to be a pretty powerful ally to SINA, as we've seen so far, but competition is so fierce in the Chinese internet space that the tactics almost border on bullying. I mean, Alibaba has gotten aggressive. Do you think that there's going to be any retaliation against SINA from Tencent? What could they do? And what about any other Chinese internet companies? What do you think they could do to get a slice of SINA's pie?
I think this competition is not about Tencent against SINA. It's really about Tencent against Alibaba, or vice versa. These Alibaba and Tencent are comparable internet giants, and SINA is still slightly piggybacking on Alibaba's platform. That's in my view. So if it's a retaliation or something, that would be Tencent retaliate on Alibaba's platform. So even that way, I think SINA is somewhat indirectly impacted, is not directly impacted. So right now, the competition changes another angle. So SINA Weibo kind of successfully redirect that competition direct front from itself to Alibaba. I think that gives itself a good cushion.
All right. Echo, thank you so much for joining us so late on Monday. Appreciate your analysis there. And we'll see you again soon. A lot of Chinese internet names to dig through in the earnings season. Echo He, Senior Analyst, Maxim Group. And to reiterate, Lisa, the folks over at Maxim recently upgraded SINA to buy from hold, and their 12-month out price target, $85. So they still see another, $5 or so upside momentum.
All righty. Thank you so much for that, Bernie. We're going for a break. When we come back, we're just minutes away from the latest read on Japan's